What's up everybody? Welcome to another video. I have something a little bit different for you today. We're on the hunt for some sick angles. I'm calling this video Farm Simulator in Real Life because I'm trying to make a lot of first-person angles in this video, but long story short, we're going to be continuing wheat harvest today. We got a lot done the last 2 days, finally had 2 good days after some frustrating rain and moisture keeping us out of the field. We actually finished the canola, so the canola is done, and we have done 2, nearly 3 wheat fields already. We're gonna be getting a lot done today as well. Keep on pumping through the wheat. Only about a field and a half left, which is pretty good, and it's a good feeling to go into the weekend having made a lot of progress on harvest. So sit back and relax and enjoy Farm Simulator in real life. Enjoy. Alright guys, so I'm just unloading my final load here of the night. Hopefully some of those time lapses and clips and weird angles turned out. Video's not quite done, but the work day is over. Later on I'm going to buzz around a little bit, show you guys the progress we made in all these fields, because like I said in the intro and kind of just glazed over, we did finish the canola, which was a big accomplishment as we got a few days into September here. And now we're working on the wheat. So with the wheat, we're actually making really good progress, and we are really pushing through, and we're probably going to be done next week if all goes according to plan. I hope I didn't jinx anything just now. But everything looks good so far. This wheat is a lot better than the stuff we started with, and we're done for the day. So I'm going to get everything packed up, unloaded, and head out. See you guys tomorrow. Hey, what's up everybody? It's several days later from the beginning of this video. I'll tell you guys the whole story, and I'll kind of go into all of these reasons in a future video. But the reason for the weird structure of this video and the strange timeline is because my wife and me had our baby slightly early. And this video was originally planned to be a full farming video again, of a lot of harvesting, which we did get a lot of clips in, and to be honest, I just didn't want to waste all those cool angles. Like the very next day after I filmed all those clips, my wife's water broke, we went into the hospital, had our baby around midnight that night, so hadn't really filmed very many videos, and we had to stay at the hospital for a few days, about 4 days. And during those 4 days, wheat harvest actually was completed, wasn't it, Bert? So at the time that I left you guys, we had 2 fields left. The ones that most of the clips were from, and the conclusion video clip of the video that was filmed last, I think, Friday. There was that field left, the remaining portion of that, and then one of our bigger ones that we call down south because it's the furthest south field of our land. Those 2 were left, and my brother, my mom, my dad banded together and finished all of those fields while my wife and me were at the hospital in town. So because I've been updating you guys the whole way on the journey of harvest, I have a playlist of Stoltz Farm Incorporated 2020, kind of showing that whole process. That got a little bit derailed, but in a good way. I wanted to show you guys kind of the conclusion of the wheat at least, and just drive down to the field, show you guys the completed fields, and just kind of talk about what happened there. We're just pulling up here to the first field. I'll show you guys that and kind of update you guys on where we're at in harvest. All right, so as you can see, completely done. This field was a big one. It stretched all the way around the highway over here, all the way up to that yard way in the distance, and then over these hills right here, and all the way down to where we are. This was a really big one to cross off the list, but like I said, on Friday we actually got a lot of this one done, and it really didn't take much longer. We were working on kind of these hills over on the right side that I showed you, and there wasn't too much left. The biggest one is the next one, which I'm gonna buzz down to right now, just to be sure to show you guys everything that was completed. You know, the hardest thing almost when you're down a guy is getting all of the stuff out there, right? Because it's this whole little movement of vehicles that you have to figure out, like, do you have a pickup down there in case something breaks? Do you have all the trucks you need to dump into? Do you have the grain cart? Do you have enough space unloaded in the trucks that you can accomplish a lot that day without having to pause? There's a lot of different things to consider. When you're down a man, it kind of makes it a little bit more difficult, but at Stoltz Farm, we step up, and that's what happened. Next man up. We're headed down to the next field and the last one of the wheat harvest. This was the last one planted, thus the last one harvested. I'll show you guys that in a minute. All right, so this is the last one. This is, like I said, the farthest south field we have. And you can see, completely done. Not that interesting to show you guys finished field since it's just literally stubble. So like I said, the wheat is finished, but that is not the end of Harvest 2020, because at our farm we do a lot of different crops. We're not only wheat farmers. We also have on the docket for this harvest soybeans and sunflowers. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a soybean field over here on my right, looking a lot more dry and crispy. You people in the warm weather states might be shocked by this, but we actually did freeze while we were at the hospital over this last weekend, so it got below 32 degrees at night, which kind of accelerated the soybeans being ready, and they should be ready within a week or two. So harvest isn't done, you know, wheat harvest is done, but overall harvest is not. We still have sunflowers and soybeans. Back to work in maybe a day or two at the farm. Still trying to balance having a newborn, working my normal 8 hours for my full-time job, and still doing stuff like making these videos and my podcast and all that. So trying to figure out the balance, readjusting, adapting. But that's the end of this video, I guess. Sorry for kind of the jumbled mess of a video that this was. I filmed the beginning of it, expected to do the end of it the next day, and the next day my wife's water broke and we were going to the hospital. Bigger things came up. But if you enjoyed today's video, regardless of its chaos, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, share the video, that means a lot. If you're on YouTube, a like and a subscription would mean the world. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.